Evening VC, it's Steve Whitty here reporting here, and time to do another recent finds video. I think this is volume 59. Um, these records are, again, they mostly have come from my local record shop, Cyclotron Records, sorry. I did attempt to do this video on Sunday. As I was recording, I got the annoying message saying that my memory had run out. So I'd spent yesterday clearing up a lot of clutter, so in order to be able to record this video for you. Hope everyone's well. I celebrated my birthday yesterday, turned a glorious 52. I've just had a quiet one. I spent Sunday with the family, but hey ho. So, without further ado, let's show what I've recently brought. Hope you like what I've brought. First up, we've got Bartley James Harvest, Early Morning Onwards. Now, this is a compilation album on the Starline record label, which was EMI's original budget label before it became Music for Pleasure. And you've got the band on the back. This is really has all the the best stuff between 1968 and 1972. The killer track for me on this is Mockingbird. That came from the originally came from the album Once Again, which was, I believe, actually released on Harvest. I'm not sure, to be quite honest. I think it might have been. The album, it's a really good introduction to Bartley James Harvest. I would say in the prog band, they were certainly a second division prog band. More popular in Europe than they were in the UK. They're popular, and I think there are there's a couple of variations of the band still going. But it's a good introduction to them, I think. Next up, got this in the pound bin, and this is Blondie's Plastic Letters, their second album. This is the first album to recorded after the departure of Gary Valentine, the original bass player, and his parting gift is probably my favourite Blondie song, which is I'm Always Touched by Your Presence, Dear, which is on side one. It also contains the big breakthrough hit Denis, which really broke her through. I think I remember Debbie Harry's appearance on Top of the Pops. She looks so different to anything else that's coming around. She looked very glamorous, and I think for a 13-year-old boy, it's who at the best of times, 13-year-olds are a raging sack of hormones. It's certainly yes. What can I say? Other tracks on here, I quite liked Kidnapper, Cautiously. But it certainly was different to debut album, and then obviously we all know what the third album was, the success of Parallel Lines. Another pound bargain, and this is Johnny Cash. And it's a Star Portrait, which came out in 1972. It's a double greatest hits album. It's one of these double albums that both records are on this side. On the one side, it makes it difficult to get in and get out without trying to damage the sleeve. You've got all the great songs on here: Boy Named Sue, Ring of Fire, Folsom's Prison Blues, I Walk the Line. If there's a version, If I Were a Carpenter, Don't Take Your Guns to Town, 5 Feet Rise and Hiding, Understand Your Man. It's great Johnny Cash songs. I mean, at the late 60s, really, he was really at his peak at that time, and he practically was bankrolling Columbia Records at that point. as it was. I think when they did drop him, it was considered in the 80s, considered quite a bit of a, what can I say, a bit of a stab in the back to him for all he'd done for the label. Eric Clapton, and this is No Reason to Cry. What's remarkable about this album, but yeah, there's some good tracks. Hello Old Friend, probably best known song on here, is the list of guest artists. He could have really called it Eric Clapton and Friends. What we got, you got the Bander on here, you got Bob Dylan's on here, Georgie Fame's on here, you've got Carl Reedle's on here, Billy Preston's on here. I'm just reading who else is on here that people might know. Even Mick Jagger's brother Chris is on here as well. Yeah, really is not a bad album. It's not his best by a long shot, but it's a good album. Something to add to the Eric Clapton collection, which is a bit lacking at the moment. Compilation again, I found for £1. This is Deep Purple's 24 Karat Purple, and yeah, it's, I think, sort of looking at it, I think it was released after the band had split up, but this is really all recordings from the Mark II version. So you've got here Woman from Tokyo, Fireball, Strange Kind of Woman, which is from the live version from Made in Japan, Never Before, and Black Knight, which is an unreleased version at the time, and Side 2 Speaking from the In Rock album, and then Smoke on Water and Child in Time from the Made in Japan album. Good little compilation, but I think overshadowed that when Deepest Purple came out, which sort of reignited interest in the band because it did go to #1 in 1980 when it came out. Another compilation worth having. And this is Relics by Pink Floyd, and this is a compilation of the Syd Barrett early recordings. Really, it goes really up to the period up to the More album. This is on the Music for Pleasure label, originally released on the Startline label, so this is a reissue. You've got the two hit singles on here, Arnold Lane and See Emily Play, and then you've got from Pipes at the Gate of Dawn, Interstellar Overdrive, Remember a Day, Paintbox, Julia Dream, which is probably my favourite song on the album. Not enough songs about scaly armadillos and eiderdowns, in my opinion. Careful Without Axe Eugene, Cirrus Minor, and a Nile song from More. And then you've got Biding My Time, which is another track I enjoy. And then Bike, which comes from Piper at the Gate of Dawn. So really good compilation, classic compilation to have for the early Pink Floyd. Since I've been buying vinyl, Pete at Psychotron Records he's introduced me to this band, and it's made me reappraise. Sometimes you get pushed in the right direction about a band, and that band's Santana. I'm slowly building up my Santana collection. This is the debut, which you've got Jingo on there, Evil Ways, Soul Sacrifice. It's just a good, strong record. Great playing on this. Really pleased to pick this up, and I believe I'm right. This might even be an original. Well, if it isn't, it's a very early reissue. So pleased to pick that album up. In fact, I was so chuffed to find Santana that lurking behind it was this Santana, the third album. I think just called Santana itself. Beautiful condition, gatefold, a lot of hair there. I guess I'm probably jealous. Again, I'm not sure if this is an original, but it's on the orange CBS label. Again, it's a stonking album. really is a good album. In fact, I think the first four Santana albums are just really just up there. So I'm really dead pleased to pick this up. Get it back in, yeah. So really happy with this. Great album. To close this video, I've got 3 Frank Sinatra. I'm from the Pound Bins. So you've got here Close to You. That's a reissue, an 80s reissue. In fact, yeah, it's a digitally remastered. It's an album he recorded with Nelson Riddle and the Hollywood String Quartet. Like all Sinatra albums, it tells a story, and it's really about being in love and then falling out of love, because it's a closing track on the album. It's like the end of a love affair. Next album, second album I picked up, Only the Lonely, and this again is another reissue. And this is Frank feeling a little bit sorry for himself. Again, arranged and conducted by Nelson Riddle. How can I best put it? He feeling, just feeling a little bit sorry. Only lonely. Angel Eyes watching you. It's a lonesome old town. Will it weep for me? Goodbye. Blues in the night. Guess I'll hang out my tears to dry. Eptide. Spring is here. Gone with the wind. One for my baby. I suspect he needed a drink. Frank needed a drink when he finished recording that. And then finally, he was certainly having a bit of a one on him. No One Cares. Now this is, I think this is an original Capitol, and this time the arranger is Gordon Jenkins. Again, there is an element of feeling sorry for himself here. When no one cares, a cottage for sale, stormy weather, where do you go? I don't stand a ghost of a chance with you. Here's that rainy day, I can't get started. Why try to change me now? Just friends, I'll never smile again. None but the lonely heart. I think I'm going to end that there, because I think it's starting to get. I just realised it's starting to get me down a little bit. But hopefully now sorted out my memory on my PC on the computer. I'll do a few more videos. I've got a few lined up, and there's a few contest entries I've got to get done. I've got a review I want to get put through, and I've still got quite a bit more finds to share with everyone. So I hope that everyone's well, and you all take care of yourselves. Until the next video, bye.